Airport employees can usually spot a first-time traveler within seconds. It's not because of what they're wearing or where they're going. It's because they make the same costly mistakes over and over again. Before your next trip, make sure you're not accidentally doing one of the things that immediately tells everyone at the airport you've never done this before. There is a certain kind of chaos that unfolds at airports every single day. And if you have ever stood in a terminal watching someone frantically dig through every pocket of their carry-on bag looking for a document they packed 3 layers deep, you already know what it looks like. Airports are designed to move people efficiently, but they can only do so much when travelers show up unprepared. The mistakes that give away a first-time traveler are not always dramatic. Sometimes they are quiet, subtle moments that cause delays, confusion, and unnecessary stress. Not just for the traveler making the mistake, but for everyone around them. The first and perhaps most telling sign of an inexperienced traveler is the passport scramble. Seasoned travelers keep their passport, boarding pass, and identification accessible at all times during the check-in and security process. First-timers, however, tend to bury these documents deep inside their bags, only realizing they need them when they are already at the front of the line. The solution is embarrassingly simple. Keep your travel documents in one dedicated, easy-to-reach place from the moment you leave your home until the moment you clear security. A travel wallet worn close to the body or a designated front pocket works perfectly. The seconds you save by not rummaging through your bag add up, and more importantly, you avoid holding up an entire line of increasingly impatient travelers behind you. Knowing how to avoid common airport mistakes can save you time, stress, and money. Another smart step experienced travelers take before every trip is protecting themselves with Safety Wing travel insurance, so unexpected travel problems don't turn into expensive headaches. Nothing slows down an airport security line quite like someone who treats the screening process as a complete surprise. The rules around airport security have been consistent for years, yet there is always someone who seems genuinely shocked that their belt needs to come off, that their laptop has to leave the bag, or that their oversized bottle of shampoo is not making it through. Experienced travelers prepare for security before they even reach the checkpoint. They wear shoes that slip on and off easily. They have already placed their liquids in a clear, quart-sized bag, and they know exactly which items need to be removed and placed in the bin. First-time travelers often wear complicated lace-up boots, forget about the water bottle they filled before leaving home, and pack their electronics in the most inaccessible corner of their bag. The result is a prolonged, awkward performance at the conveyor belt that holds everyone up. Before your next trip, take 5 minutes to learn the current security guidelines for the airport you are traveling through. Dress strategically. Pack your carry-on with the screening process in mind. These small adjustments transform one of the most stressful parts of air travel into something almost effortless. Airlines have published their carry-on size restrictions for a reason. And yet the gate area before boarding is always filled with at least a few travelers hauling bags that are clearly pushing the limits of what is allowed. First-time travelers often underestimate how strictly these rules are enforced, especially on budget carriers or during full flights. They pack a bag that barely fits the size requirements on a good day, stuff it beyond capacity, and then act surprised when a gate agent asks them to check it. What makes this mistake particularly frustrating is that it often comes with a fee, sometimes a steep one, that could have been avoided entirely with a little planning. Beyond the financial cost, oversized carry-ons create real problems during boarding. They do not fit in the overhead bin, they block the aisle, and they slow down the entire boarding process. Experienced travelers know their airline's specific size and weight limits, they pack accordingly, and they know how to maximize space efficiently. If you are unsure whether your bag will fit, test it at home using the dimensions provided by the airline. A bag that fits properly makes the entire experience smoother for you and for everyone else on the plane. Airports are not static environments. Gates change, flights get delayed, and departure information updates constantly on the boards throughout the terminal. First-time travelers often make the mistake of finding their gate, sitting down, and then completely disconnecting from the information around them. They put in their headphones, open a book, and miss the announcement that their flight has moved to a gate on the opposite end of the terminal. Experienced travelers stay alert. They check the departure boards periodically. They have the airline's app downloaded and notifications turned on, and they pay attention to announcements even when they are relaxing. Another common gate-related mistake is arriving at the gate far too late. Some travelers spend so much time exploring the terminal, shopping, or eating that they end up rushing to the gate just as final boarding is being called. Boarding a plane is not like catching a bus. There is no grace period once the doors close. Give yourself enough time to reach your gate comfortably, and then stay aware of any changes that might affect your departure. Many of the mistakes we covered today are completely avoidable. But even the most prepared traveler can't control everything. Flights get canceled, bags get lost, medical issues happen unexpectedly, and when you're far from home, even a minor problem can quickly become stressful and expensive. That's why experienced travelers don't just prepare for the airport, they prepare for the unexpected. Safety Wing Travel Insurance can help provide protection when travel plans go sideways, giving you peace of mind whether you're taking a quick domestic trip or the vacation you've been planning for months. Think about everything you've invested in your journey: your flights, hotel reservations, excursions, and valuable time. A small investment in travel insurance can help protect all of it. The travelers who have the smoothest trips aren't always the luckiest. They're the ones who plan ahead. Before your next flight, click the link below and see if Safety Wing Travel Insurance is right for you. It's one of those things you hope you never need, but you'll be glad you have if you do. The 311 Liquid Rule has been in place for nearly 2 decades, and it still catches people off guard with remarkable consistency. For those unfamiliar, the rule requires that all liquids, gels, and aerosols carried in your hand, luggage must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, or 100 milliliters or less, all fitting inside one clear, quart-sized resealable bag, with one bag allowed per passenger. First-time travelers routinely show up with full-sized toiletry bottles, forgetting that the rule applies to everything from toothpaste to perfume to peanut butter. The result is a confiscation at the security checkpoint and a genuine sense of loss over a $20 bottle of face wash. The fix is straightforward. Invest in a set of travel-sized containers, decant your products before you leave, or simply purchase what you need at your destination. It takes minimal effort and saves you from one of the most avoidable frustrations in air travel. Watching the boarding process at any busy airport is a masterclass in human impatience. The moment boarding is announced, a crowd forms near the gate regardless of what boarding group has actually been called. First-time travelers are often the most eager participants in this unnecessary rush, standing up and joining the crowd the second they hear any boarding-related announcement. What they do not realize is that crowding the gate does not get them on the plane any faster. It just creates congestion and stress. Airlines board in groups for a reason, and experienced travelers know to wait until their specific group is called before approaching the gate. They use the extra time to finish their coffee, make a final restroom visit, or simply sit comfortably while the initial rush clears. Boarding last or near last, particularly on flights where overhead bin space is pre-assigned or guaranteed, is often the more relaxed and efficient choice. The mistakes do not stop once the plane lands. First-time travelers often assume that landing means they are minutes away from their final destination, without accounting for the time it takes to taxi to the gate, deplane, navigate the terminal, collect checked baggage, clear customs if traveling internationally, and then arrange ground transportation. This miscalculation leads to missed connections, frustrated family members waiting for pickup, and a general sense of disorientation. Experienced travelers build buffer time into every stage of their journey. They research the layout of their arrival airport in advance. They know which exit to head toward for their transportation option, and they have a plan for every step between the plane and their final destination. Travel is not just about the flight. It is about the entire journey. And understanding that distinction changes everything about how smoothly your trip unfolds. The airport is a system, and like any system, it rewards those who take the time to understand how it works before they walk through the doors.